Hello, everyone. Welcome to the post-season breakdown for the Man Cup Season 5. We've had a fair few seasons now. It's getting into and we're just about ready for All-Stars. I am one of the commissioners, Carl, and with me I have...
Connor, also a commissioner.
And also a commissioner. Look at us.
And in this video we're going to go over Season 5 and break down all the teams and have a look at some of the highlights and what's happened. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I think we're going to go through all the teams, talk about what's hot, what's not, do some awards at the end, and yeah, Sam, this is like our fifth time. We know what we're doing. We're all over it.
Yeah, we're real prepared.
Well, before we get started though, I thought we would do a tradition, and start with a good game of Gif Who. So I've trolled through our chat. And picked out. There was actually a fair few GIFs this time. Our GIF game was on point. But let's see if you guys can remember who posted these GIFs.
All right, Lily Chin is Jeffro.
You reckon Lily Chin is Jethro?
Yeah, she's an Australian icon.
Yeah, I know TJ's climbing the ladder, dude, because we were talking about being good at the game, and he's like, yeah, I'm just down here, like, trying to climb the ladder, and the ladder's breaking. I remember that very well. The other two have no idea.
Nah.
Well,
I'm assuming that's about beating on somebody who's losing.
So Lily Chin, I'll give you this. Lily Chin was actually TJ. It was when he was about to play the It was a curveball I threw you for that one.
Sure.
But you
nonetheless,
were right.
An Australian icon.
Yes, absolutely. I think you had a GIF about that afterwards.
I'm such a fan.
But you were right. This is about TJ, the ladder tightening up.
I'm gonna say the Family Guy one is somebody playing fucking the rats.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate.
Do you want to take a guess at who it might be? Who posted that?
Fucking Nui.
Oh, Brooke, you want to lock that one in?
Yeah, sure. I'm down with Connor. Sounds like he's got a feel for it.
Well, it's actually, it's actually not Connor. That's a mistype. It was actually me who posted that. And it was versus the rats though. You were right on that. Just the other way around. It was the rats that.
Why have you got Chaos versus Nurgle then?
I think it's just the whole text.
I don't think you've got the entire thing. Oh well.
That's all right.
I'm assuming the next one is Carl. I think he might have played his cards.
Well, it's not like I did this literally 5 seconds ago, very quickly. So
I'm assuming the next one is you versus Will.
This one's me versus Will.
Yeah.
I want to say I don't remember posting it, but I'm going to say it's me.
Okay.
It was Will, but it was Will calling Oliver's bluff.
Oh, it was too. About when Oliver's like, "Oh, I'm good to go now."
Oh, that's right. It's like, oh shit! I didn't actually think you would say that. Yeah.
I do have to say though, in terms of our GIFs, going back through his GIF, it's good to have TJ back because his GIF game is really strong. I tried to diversify it, but I feel like all four of these could have been TJ. And just some honourable mentions, some really good GIFs that he posted in the chat was some real... The whole time his GIF game was strong.
So I don't remember either of these.
The Illuminati one
Illuminati was confirmed.
Right at the start when there was like, I think I was ghost messaging or something. And the sploosh was, I think, after his first victory. It's just pretty impressive.
I could watch that Illuminati confirmed video all day. It's almost as good as the what's the one with Frank pushing Simba off the cliff or whatever? Not Simba, Mufasa. That's almost as good.
Yeah.
That is a fucking top tier.
Well, you should. I do recommend that you go back and check out the chat and just look at all TJ's GIFs, and we might have to give him an award for it because his GIF game was really on point this season. He's giving Louis a run for his money, that's for sure. So yeah, with that, let's get into the breakdown or the leaderboard as it is so far. So quickly snip this out: the final scores according to Spike. And what we might do, so our top 4, as you can see, going into playoffs are the Sounds of Tilt, Left Wing Yoga, Subjugation Street, and Harry's Hammer. So 2 Bash and 2 Agi, essentially.
I'm fucking so here for Harry's Hammers.
And do we want to do what the matchups are now, or do we want to wait till the end?
We can do matchups now, but I think, yeah, sure. So yeah, I've as first you get to pick, and you can't pick second. So I picked Nui because he has no tackle. So that's simple, boys.
Yeah. So Sounds of Tilt versus Subjugation Street, and Left Wing Yoga versus Harry's Hammers are going to be the semi-finals.
I did want Connor to lose his game, so I could pick Connor. Then it could be the Agi off on one side versus the Bash off on the other.
I actually forgot first couldn't pick second. Because I was like, I knew the one thing you didn't want to play into was Jade. Actually, we'll probably stop bantering too much about the top 4, and we'll get to that when we
will
get to
come
the top
back
4.
to that. We will come back to that, I reckon.
Shall we
at the end.
pivot to luck, skill?
Let's do it. So let me just make sure that you guys can see this on the screen. The games, and we're going to work up the ladder. So we'll start from the very bottom, which is our token vampire team. Everyone's got to give this team a go. It's really, I don't know, how would you describe it, Brooke, playing vampires? It's an experience. It really, it humbles you.
Yeah, it's a game. You play the game when you play that team. It's pretty gamey.
It's you kind of get into the meme and you enjoy it for probably the first 4 to 6 games, and then after that it's really an experience in patience after that, I found.
I did like that his team, he kind of went into making the Thralls good. I don't think me and you did that. It didn't really help, but it was different and nice to see.
It is a good strategy, I will say. I think maybe he tilted it, he not tilted, like he turned into it maybe a bit later in the season. But this might be the winning strategy for vampire teams. Just start leveling up the Thralls.
How many players did he lose? His team looks shit.
He lost his Agi 5 Elite Vampire.
Oh, did he?
Did he lose Thralls as well?
Probably.
How many of the vampires did he lose? Like this?
He has a few Thralls with injuries, though.
Yeah, it's like not a very skilled team.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, looking at its TV, it's still really high TV, though.
That's only because he's just got 15 fucking players.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, and 4 of them are vampires. Well, we got one vampire that looks like it managed to level up a bit. A blodging vampire. These guys are almost good.
I would even say they're good.
Yeah, they're all right. They're not bad. They're I feel like when you get these 2 skills on them, the vampires are kind of where you want them to start.
Which they started? Yeah, that's good.
Like, they're kind of playable at that point.
I think maybe like, earlier on you said, Carl, that like maybe you can make it like 4 to 6 games in before you start to get over it. I think maybe one of the things going in Lewis's favor is he actually never practiced with them. So maybe like if you think of that 4 to 6 games, that's plus like some practice games. So maybe he got a little bit of extra mileage out of the fun.
Yeah, potentially. He's surprisingly though, his SPP is all lumped on certain players. So I'm not sure if players have died. I know when I came up against this team, it kicked the shit out of me. I could not hurt these Thralls. But
that's why you didn't fucking make playoffs.
Yeah, I know, right? But he must have lost some players because all his SPP seems to be loaded on a couple of players. And his vampires didn't really seem to get much. I'm
pretty confident at least one vampire's died. But I also know his plan because Lewis is he's a man for the awards. I know he was gunning for like a level 3 Thrall, with like some skills and stuff like that.
Well, let's have a look. We got a Thrall here with Wrestle and Shadowing.
Very commercial skills.
Very break the mold kind of thing.
Did anyone see Shadowing pop off?
No.
Not with this guy, no. I mean, he could potentially. It looks like he was going for like kind of a pest, a sacker kind of build.
I remember against him, he got to trigger Shadowing once and he failed the roll.
Yeah, that sounds like vampires, doesn't it?
Well, the movement's 6.
Kick leader. Like, this is not bad. This is a
I
very
think
useful
kick that's
throw.
good.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, extra reroll.
yeah.
Nice.
You fucking need it. On the vampires. And one block thrall. Um, I'm interested to see how this guy go. I feel like this guy was probably trying to carry the team. Luck the Handsome.
Well, you did have the anti-5 guy for a little while there.
Yeah, that's true. And still, I don't know if this was enough thralls.
Yeah.
It's what I ended up with. This does make me feel good that I'm still the best vampire player.
Where did you get with vampires?
I was 1 game out of playoffs.
Oh, good work. Where'd you get with vampires, Carl? Did you come dead last?
Or pretty close to it, yeah. Saying that,
we'll have to check the
like,
annals.
there is a strategy of vampires that Brooke has mastered that really helps, and that's rolling fuckloads of stat increases. And Lewis and I just don't have the skill to do that, unfortunately.
No, didn't Lewis get a stat up and then he died? I thought his dead vampire got a stat up.
Yeah. So,
And in fact, you got a stat up on your dead vampire, Carl.
yeah, he immediately died. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Brooke had about all his vampires had stat increases. I'm pretty sure.
No, it was only 1, but he had strength and energy up.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about vampires. I feel like we see one of them every season, and we know how they are.
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering if we'd actually make 5 minutes on this team.
Yeah, I'm looking for things.
But 5 minutes has just ended now, so we succeeded.
I was really looking for something. All right, who are we on to next? Is it the?
It is the. Oh shit! I'm in the wrong team.
I think it's the Blue Steelers, or it might be the.
Blue Steelers got pretty high up. I think
isn't it the Ogres?
Yeah, Ogres. It's top 1.01.
Oh, of course it is. It's the Ogres. Now, I haven't seen this team in a while, actually, because I versed it very early on.
They were pretty shit.
Yeah. So, we haven't seen an Ogre team before. What do we reckon?
I like his builds.
Yeah. There was a good a good moment, I think his last game, where of his 6 Ogres, 3 were boneheading.
So he has got the joy to get the full 6 Ogres. Hey, look at this.
Yeah.
How'd you have a with leave?
And he's always like another level up as well.
I think this guy, I mean, obviously early pick now, but like, what's the award called? The I Did It My Way? I reckon this guy is probably my pick for the I Did It My Way.
Yeah, I mean, I think the obvious choice here was to go like sure hands or something.
I was telling him to go short hands, but he was like, "No way!"
But leave
short hands for fucking plebs.
Yeah, and you got to admire that. You got to admire that kind of commitment.
And it was scary. Like, I've seen him cage dive with that man.
That is true. It's hard to protect someone from Ogre. It's flipping. I did like this guy actually. The guy who got strong arm and just used to throw Noblars everywhere. This guy was actually pretty elite. He threw a lot of Noblars at people. It's a little bit sad that there's no extra skills to boost throw teammate, because it would have been really cool to see like a dedicated team thrower. And this is not bad. So this is I think this is kind of cool. Like this guy would have
Frenzy Juggernaut.
Frenzy Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
So really good because you're going to get the general access.
He did get general access and picked Frenzy instead of block or something. But it worked out. Like it is a pretty cool piece because Juggernaut is essentially block on your blitzers.
Yeah. Yeah, and so potentially, and it also can go through like not so good against in this league, but if there was like some sidestepping or stand firming dudes, this cancels it, so that's quite good too. So you can push people around. And then we get to the minimum wage employees who I think he started running out of names for, and then started shorthanding them. because so many of them died.
And then he's got MWE #4 version 2.
Um,
You
So
can tell.
he's definitely, I think, getting the punching bag award. That's for sure. And they all still have injuries. It's got a movement through. Wait, this guy must have two. Oh wow! It smashed him and a smashed ankle.
Cool,
What a
movement
legend!
3.
Still playing. Look at him go. Yeah, ogres. I think usually they're considered cut in Blood Bowl 2 the worst of the meme teams.
Really? I think vampires are worse.
I
No,
mean,
because
if
vampires
there's
you could just
seasons
take
anything to
thralls and
go
then they're
on,
not. Thralls are actually not a bad, well they're bad, but they're not this bad.
Yeah, I get it. But the nomads are actually just so good for controlling space.
Yeah, but they're also really good at feeding your opponents.
what do you mean they're good at
SVP.
controlling space? Can't you just run through them?
It's still a 3+ dodge, but you can essentially run them anywhere. Is what so even if they haven't protected somebody somewhere, you just
I
run
mean,
the guy over to them.
I don't know how committed I want to be to arguing over which team's the worst, but
Well, true, yeah. I haven't
whatever.
played things better.
I will say they
guess.
are much better in the new in Blood Bowl 3. They'll be much better just because of some rules they got to help them out. But
I guess my only concern with this team is just due to the recent Twitter purchase. I don't know if Elon Tusk deserves to be in it anymore. Hasn't he knocked himself out of the rich list by spending fucking all his money or something?
I think he's probably super rich, but yeah, it's up to debate now.
Investing in
Take
bad
it off.
investments, paying for all his minimum wage employees, maybe. But he's probably looking at this team to do a restructure of it anyway.
Yeah.
So I do think with this team, one of the
I'm gonna feed this dog.
Sorry.
do you want to feed this dog, bro? I do think with this team, what I've noticed about people play ogres is one of the things is you want an ogre ball carrier as soon as possible.
Well, he got it.
He did get it.
Yeah, agility 3.
And
He
then,
I mean, once again, love the leap, but definitely should take it short heads.
yeah. But I think he got this leap like very very late in the season. If you can get
Yeah, it was literally just before his game with me, and that's why everyone was like, you should probably just take short hands. But then he didn't, and I was happy.
Yeah,
You're
and it's
so much louder, bro.
early on, if you can get an ogre carrying the ball, it's like most teams early in the league don't have a way to deal with that. Like, don't have a way to knock an ogre in the middle of a bunch of other ogres down with the ball. And that's usually their game plan, is just walk that ogre up the field and score. But, getting an ogre that can carry the ball is pretty hard. Yeah, so 4 rerolls, Apothecary. Any other?
Oh well, I'll tell you what. We didn't run out of things to say about that team.
Oh, good.
That's it. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. There we go. Oh wait, we haven't been doing. Who's the MVP on this team?
I think it has to go to the Agi5.
Yeah, surely the leap dude, right?
Agi3 leap guy.
Yeah, right. Okay. I like Big Daddy Bezos because he was always throwing Noblars everywhere.
I don't think he was ever throwing successfully though. I don't think I ever saw the throw Noblar thing work.
And to retrospectively go back to Luck Skill, did they have an MVP? Do we reckon?
I reckon it's to do with kick and leader.
Yeah, probably. That checks out.
Just
It can't be a vampire. It just can't be a vampire. It just can't happen. Skill it is. Skill is the leader. All right. Who's number 3 then?
That is the Rats.
Oh,
Right.
Fantastic. Can
We
we
got most of the team together at the end.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at this. Wow, holy. I didn't realize he'd taken so many losses. But what I will say is I think this team got stronger when it took losses. When he started being able to take star players, holy shit, this team was hard to deal with.
Oh yeah, easy. MVP of this team is that dude with fucking 4 arms and 2 heads.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like speed 10 or something as well. No, he's strength 3 gutter runner as well. So
yeah, so good.
really hard to deal with. Because
I think I
just
saw.
couldn't keep them off the ball. They were nuts. And this dude as
Yeah.
well. This guy was crazy good, so fast.
I think his Radoga died like twice as well.
Yeah, that's always what happens with Lukey. I got to be honest. Even in his tabletop league, he usually loses 2 to 3 Radogas. It's just because it's his favorite piece, and Nuffle has to punish him for it.
I mean, at the very least, everyone except for that Storm Vermin is leveled up. That's exciting, I guess.
Does he only have the one Storm Vermin? No, he's got 2. So he's got his positionals. So.
Oh, they're both actually neither of them are leveled up.
No, he did have the leveled up ones. They both died. I'm pretty sure.
They both died. Oh my god, it's fucking team.
It's team. But yeah,
I don't think I've seen a team take as many casualties. So like we've had quite a few Armor 7 teams now. Like my team, I've only lost 1 player.
But Lukey, I don't know, maybe because he joined late, he just hasn't mastered Armor 7. Because everyone else's Armor 7 teams, they're fucking immortal. But this is like what Armor 7 is supposed to be. Constantly losing players. But yeah, no, I actually do think this was like a lot harder team to verse, even though it was down so many players than it seemed.
I mean, that's just the classic Skaven thing, right? Like,
yeah,
your movement 10 gutter runner can score from fucking anywhere.
Yeah, they're always a threat.
And once again, the star players, the dude with 2 heads and 4 arms or whatever, what a gun! It's fucking super scary.
Yeah. And there was another one that he took. I don't know if he took against. He didn't take it against me, but against someone else. There was another. It was like I don't think it was a gutter runner, but it might have been like a Storm Vermin special character or something, and it was really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Still only the 2
he took
rerolls.
The ball and chain did against me too. Yeah. Well, I think at a certain point, right? I don't know if this is actually his strategy, but like at a certain point, if half your team are fucking journeymen and you're Radoga with Loner or whatever, like why bother getting rerolls?
Yeah, and I think oh, sorry, you go.
Oh no, I just didn't even think of that. I was like, yeah, I probably would have got more rerolls, and I was like,
I think he was
his team doesn't have.
I think he was just spending all his money replacing his positionals all the time. Because like this
cheap.
Yeah, he did. He had to pay for 2 more Radogas, so even the bankroll couldn't get him out of it. Yeah, I don't know how to pick for an MVP. It would probably just be this gutter runner or the star player gutter runner that he had, because
for sure the star player.
And this dude's got an injury. He's got a niggling as well. Fuck me, these rats couldn't cop a break.
I did like in Luke's last game against Brooke that he just took like another big guy, just tried to do as much damage as possible.
Morgenthau. That guy was pretty big.
Oh, he took Morgenthau. He could actually afford Morgenthau. Holy, he's literally the most expensive star player in the game.
Yeah, I don't know if it was worth it, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, I think he has like Mighty Blow +2 or something.
No.
Oh, maybe that's new rules.
Yeah, I think Strength 6 and Block.
Ah, okay.
Or something like that.
In the new rules, he's pretty beast. Like I think he adds +2 to all injury rolls and stuff like that.
Oh shit.
He's really expensive. This team, I will say, beat the shit out of me though. They fucking got like 4 injuries on me or something.
Carl, I love the fact that you almost made playoffs, but you lost to fucking the vampires and the Skaven.
I didn't lose to the vampires.
Oh, okay. You
drawed with them,
lost in spirit.
But they they beat the shit out of me. Yeah.
Jake did make playoffs, and he did lose to the vampires, I think.
Excellent.
Amazing. I tell you, it's Armor 7, man. I just couldn't get through it. Yeah, this team was still scary. This team was surprisingly hard to fight. I mean, it beat me, so I can't I can't talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the Lulu Rats. I reckon
Nick. Cheers for playing, Luke.
yeah, if Lukey comes back, I
This
reckon
was Luke's.
he'll play Chaos because that's his Chaos is his second favorite team.
And so your first season was so fucking rough. I think I think that's the worst I've seen a team get beaten.
Yeah, I don't.
before.
I don't think we've ever seen a team get brutalized as much as that.
It was straight away as well. That first game, two players died and one got like pretty much dead because it was like a strength down or a stone blood or something.
Yeah, so if you continue to play, it's all uphill from here, surely.
Yeah.
Let's play vampire.
Yeah, don't play vampires. All right, who's next?
Blue
Blue
Steelers.
Hell yeah, let's go. Still love his quote.
Yeah, good quote. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still love this team. I still
I want to know.
10 cheerleaders, baby. They were rocking it.
Oh yeah.
All right, who wants to go through this one?
Yeah.
I was just gonna. Oh, you go, Brooke.
Okay, I was just gonna say, I think he actually developed into a pretty good fucking team. Like, he was.
I reckon it's a cool team. Yeah.
Yeah, like he is. Yeah, all these players got pretty skilled, and yeah.
Getting a lineman with block is really good too, and that blitzer with sidestep and block. Sorry, not block. Guard. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
He's very close to another level up too. Very close.
Yeah, all of it.
One more TD. And the fact that all these guys are still alive in like such a bash heavy season is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd love to know how often he got pass block off.
Yeah, I thought that, but I remember playing plenty of games and passing shenanigans actually ended up being a lot more of a thing than I thought.
Yeah. I took pass block, but I didn't get it off that very much. Like, just for, I guess, reasons or whatever. The person I got off the most against was Lewis. It was pretty fun.
What I will say is it's really good on these guys. Really good. Because they have the dodge, so they don't have to worry, and they're actually force, so they can move a lot more reliably, and nerves of steel, so they can get into position to catch better. They're really good interceptors. If you build them out that way. Yeah, you're right. I think there's a lot of good players in this team.
Maybe it just like there's not a. I was about to say there's not much experience, but the fucking team value is 1700, so I guess it is pretty good.
It is inflated a bit by the 10 cheerleaders,
Oh,
so it's more like 1600.
100k worth of cheerleaders.
And the coaching
fair
assistants, so it's actually 200k less than that.
Okay, fair enough. So that'd be like 1500. Yeah, that's fair enough.
But yeah, it was
a pretty good theme. I like the theme. Yeah, there's some good.
Yeah, I think also TJ was just a bit like rusty, obviously, because he hasn't played for a couple of seasons, so it probably took him a little bit to get back into it.
Yeah.
And playing an elf team is very different from playing an orc team, you know.
Yeah.
But they did make some fucking bullshit plays.
Yeah, it's pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
I've just very quickly going to draw attention to that thrower with his throw. Yeah, just remember him for the next team in a second.
All right, pass your hands.
Pass your hands. What a good character. Those are the two great skills. Any team would be lucky to have a player with pass your hands.
And I think the sure hands there is really useful with the strip balling players.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of strip ball kicking around.
And then just classic dodge on some of the linemen, yeah. Got a kick.
Yeah.
Kick's really good on them. Yeah. This actually is a really good team. It's just got bashed
up a bit. Movement 9 catch is pretty sweet too.
Oh yeah, that's actually not so, yeah. Is this an armor up? Oh, I see. So I use the armor to counteract the lower armor. Oh, that's interesting. Because an armor up, I think, is only 20k onto TV. So it's actually not too bad of an inflate. Particularly because the dude already had Blodge Step. So that's actually probably pretty worth it, to be honest. To keep him alive.
6 damage. Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, oh, he's got some wreck stuff there, but none of his stats are up or down.
Anything else on this team?
Not that I can.
Who's
think of.
MVP?
Oh, MVP, yeah.
Oh, who's the MVP?
You Google that. It was
Yeah,
probably
100%.
He killed one of my players.
He was from the beginning. Amazing.
He's the only one whose name I remember.
Look
So
at this.
I'm gonna say him.
45
Yeah.
blocks succeeded. He played all the matches. He was never out. He didn't miss a single one. What a legend. He got 2 DTDs, lots of blocks, lots of injuries. Done a lot of, taken a lot of blocks. He's been injured a few bit, but he's been there every game. You utilize her all the way, I reckon.
Your obituary, heavy breathing. Didn't know what a Equalizer was.
That was like game 1, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah. Game 1 or
Fields.
2. It was early in the season.
Alright, that's favourites. I really want to play that team again.
Alright. Do you remember who's next?
The little Aussie battlers.
No, it's fucking the quickness and the dead or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Deathly quick.
Deathly quick.
Alright, so we'll do this
What
one.
have you done,
And
Carl?
I'll have a mid break game. Well, these guys have lost a few as well by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Alright. Where do we start with this? Connor, you're a Kemri main. You can.
A seasoned Kemri veteran. Well, as I said in the last thing, one of the best possible combinations of skills is sure hands and throw. And Lightning McQueen, straight gun. That man carried the team. He made a sweet pass. I seem to do some good stuff.
He single-handedly won Oliver the game against me, my only loss.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at that.
He also took on
He's made one pass.
That was the one pass that he won the game with. That's all he needed.
all he needed.
Oh my god, that's great.
He's done a lot of running though. I can tell you he's done a lot of running.
Because he's Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
Gets his running right.
Has he ever got a touchdown?
Yeah, he's got 2.
Yeah, he got 2.
Oh, there you go.
What a beast.
Against Carl as well, he pretty much single-handedly beat up a Minotaur.
Oh,
Yeah, he did actually.
What a gun. And
Oliver wanted me to kill
that's-
him. I was trying so hard, but I just couldn't. He was immortal. This armor 7 is actually armor 10.
yeah. And this Tomb Guardian situation, none of them have SPP. I have no idea how the fuck that happens.
I
know some of them died.
And they never got an MVP on them.
It's so brutal.
So I think that's really what fucked him up. Actually, is he just could not get the Tomb Guardians going.
Yeah.
And he was almost
I think-
always missing one in his games. He almost
Yeah.
never had the full 4, which you really need for the control game.
Yeah. And Vin Diesel's pretty sick.
Vin Diesel
Speed 7, strength 4.
is actually really hard to deal with.
Great tackle. What a weapon.
Yeah, this guy was nuts.
Yeah.
He really was Vin Diesel. Oh, 17 injuries, 4 casualties. He's got 8 touchdowns. It's actually kind of ludicrous.
Got 188 yards right,
They've all run
which is
so
almost as
far.
much.
That's more than your Googleizer, I'm pretty sure.
What a gun.
Um,
Oh, whoops, I
Sustained a
didn't
couple
put
of
time run.
injuries.
Oh, well.
Was out for a match. Only got 1 MVP. Really deserves more than 1 MVP.
And then there's not much else in the team.
Yeah, his
Like, there's basically 2 blitzers, 1 thrower, and then just everyone else has no skills.
yeah.
That's pretty much all.
He's got this dude. So both the Blitzras, even though they're statistically they shouldn't be, did pretty well. I thought.
Blitzers are awesome. Straight guns.
They're
They're almost as good as a white.
Yeah, that's about to say. They really kept his team afloat, I think, these Blitzras, because his fucking Tomb Guardians weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he had one that was almost level 2, and then it died, I think, like midway at Tomb Guardian. And I think it was all pretty much from there, it was downhill.
I will say Oliver was trash on his regens.
That's key. You need to pass those.
Yeah, that is really important. Yeah, look, I know that you really want to give the MVP to Lightning McQueen, but I got to give it to Vin Diesel, personally.
I think Lightning McQueen for sure. He carried.
Yeah, no, it's
The
gotta be,
only
it's
reason
Lightning
he beat
McQueen.
Well,
him.
you had 2 against 1 there.
You
It's Lightning
once
McQueen.
just click on the stats again, Carl. Let me
Who?
just bring it up here. I'm just
Lightning
gonna make a
McQueen.
real solid point. Stats: 1 pass,
Yeah.
1 pass, 1 success. Beautiful. 10 out of 10. Lightning McQueen.
100%.
Yeah.
100%
Look,
pass
228
rate.
yards run.
Beautiful. He actually played. Oh, there's 11 matches in the season, wasn't there? So he actually played all 11 matches. Never
Mhm.
missed
Yeah, and
a
Oliver
game.
probably
Never missed a game.
much to Oliver's dismay.
Yeah, I'm sure he
Even
tried
though-
to get him out.
This man was standing on the front lines on turn 16 every match, and he was still there ready to turn up the next week. You just couldn't keep this guy out of the game. His passion is so strong. Quinton would be proud.
I think this might be Oliver's last control team. I know he's gotten a bit over after the Knights and now these guys. I think he's realised
I
it's
definitely
not him.
think he should go Nurgle just to make sure. Yeah, so he did end up having 7 cheerleaders.
I think he went down TJ's. Be a bit tilted about it. Well, actually, he was tilted. TJ was not tilted, but
Yeah,
just
true.
buying random shit.
Yeah, I mean, I still think. I think this had that semblance of a great team. Just the Tomb Guardians not getting off the ground really, kind of fucked its main game plan up. Unfortunately.
All right.
That's the Deathly Quick. Very good theme though, we'll say. We might take a quick little break, little detour, because I wanted to do something, the sounds of tilt. All right, which is just something we did actually get a good, decent quote catalog this season, which was great. So thank you to everyone who was participating in that. I know Connor was pushing that heaps, but let's see if we can work out where and who said some of these quotes. Okay. Now the first one I'm going to start off with is pretty easy. I got 4 in total. And don't cheat by looking at the digital assistant coach. But our first one is, I'm not tilted. It's just this fucking game.
My quote. That's one.
I don't remember who
100%.
said that.
Oliver. That's like
That's Oliver, right?
100%. 100%. Easy one. That's a classic. Oliver 2022. Start of the year. I don't even think it was this season. Alright, we'll get a little bit trickier. What about this one? If I were Connor, that play would have worked.
Oh, that's Carl.
Oh, yeah, Carl or Lewis, I would say.
That was me. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, right.
I can't actually remember what it was. It wasn't me playing.
It was some sort of dodge play because it was like I guess where I picked up the reputation was a combination of like the Khemri into the goblins, where you would just like pick some sort of ridiculous dodge play and it would work.
I think specifically 3+ dodges as well. It was like, I just need to do 4 3+ dodges and 2 going for it. And and it's like, oh, cool, didn't even need to use a reroll. It's like, fuck you. Shit.
Alright, what about this one? I've been rolling so bad with my level ups.
I know. I could say just as sarcastic, but I don't think that's me. I'm not sure. Do you know, Connor?
I do, but I'll let you lock something in before I say mine.
I don't know. It sounds like Lewis, maybe.
It actually was you. I don't know if you were saying it sarcastically or not, but you did say I've been rolling so bad with my level ups. Which makes sense with the amount of stat increases that you've got.
Yeah, checks out.
So,
I definitely would have said something like that at some point.
Last one was, you're a real winner because you have a loving wife.
I know this one as well.
Alright, Brooke, it's all eyes on you and the people at home.
I know that, like, I remember reading this and it was pretty fucking funny. I think it was to Nui or I think it was Nui. I'm gonna put it on Nui. After like a rough game.
Who was it to?
Said it, but it was to Nui, I think.
That was to me.
It was to you.
It was to me.
You don't have a loving wife. So there we are, some really good quotes. Love them. There was actually another one I wanted to put in there. I can't remember, but I thought four was enough for the game.
Can I highlight my favorite?
Yeah.
Which is, oh my god, this is literally just another chore at the end of my week.
Yeah.
Oliver making 2 occurrences. Yeah.
Oliver, yeah. 2022.
When I saw the first It's Not Tilted, it's just this fucking game, and Carl was like, oh, you gotta guess who it was. I was secretly hoping all 4 were gonna be Oliver. That was me. Because you got another one in here. The only thing I beat was your greed.
Like, oh yeah,
I can make this entire list just out of Oliver.
That one in, but I really liked the Will's one. I had to put it in.
Yeah.
There was also the Form 11 from Nui. That was a contender.
Oh yeah, that was
That wasn't really Tilt though.
No, that wasn't.
This is oh yeah, true.
And I did call it, but I named it afterwards. So.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I did like the segment. It's stealing my name's good. It's a good name.
Yeah. That's very
nice.
I mean, to be fair, you're the real winner because you have a loving wife. Isn't exactly a sound of Tilt.
But... No, but it's a response to Tilt. I think it's consolation.
Consolation.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the teams. So, who's next? So we just did the Deathly Quick. We're now approaching the top half of the leaderboard.
Little Aussie Battlers.
I versed this team very early on, I think, and I have not seen it since. But I think, looking at it now, it's followed a very traditional Jethro strategy. Which is...
What are you talking about? You love and
what can we say?
Disgusting. I also versus team earlier on. Somehow beat the shit out of it. Very glad I never have to see it again in my life.
I did manage to draw it, but fuck, it was a tough fight. Guard is fucking hard to deal with, I will say, and he has a lot of it. Although he had like 3 pieces with guard when I played him, so I can't imagine the 5 how that would have gone down. Yeah. So what do we got? Oh, holy shit! He had a strength 4 blocker.
Yeah.
Holy. No mutations though on the Chaos Dwarves yet. Went with a more traditional
mutations aren't Mighty Blow or Guard.
That is true. Normally the Chaos Dwarves I think go into more murdering rather than Guard. He's taking a more dwarf strategy, which is, to be fair, still very good.
I think mutations are doubles though, aren't they? So maybe
so he has to roll doubles, I think. And he obviously couldn't do that because Brook was sucking up all the energy, all the double energy.
I didn't roll that. Well, actually, I rolled a few.
No, where's all his? So he's only got he's only got 2 hobgoblins. 3.
No, 3.
3.
Dawnless guy, the sure hands, and the block tackle.
Looks like his hobgoblins have taken a bit of a beating.
Yeah.
Serious concussion.
Did
Did anyone play this team at the later ends of the seasons? Because it was tough when I versed it. It was very, all this guard. It had a really strong line.
I'm pretty sure I hit this in the middle and it started. Like, there was a bit where I was doing real well. And then I think I went into this, followed by Nui, followed by Jade, or like some kind of collection of those 3. And I just stalled out, like, for ages. So it was like my mid-season speed bump. It's a bit... I wonder... like, I know we'll get to Jade soon, but I'm just noticing he's got one Chaos Centaur who...
he's actually done pretty well.
Full Centaur, yeah, who doesn't have any level ups.
It's very interesting. I'm just looking at some of the match history. It's very interesting. Like, because he hasn't done badly. It's just been pretty close for the bottom. He actually beat Jade. So...
I think if you go to his first game, it was an absolute smash. I think he was the first to play the Lulu Rats, and I think he was the one that like half killed their team.
We can have a quick look at... Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2 deaths.
Holy. Yeah, that was pretty pretty rough for the old Rats, but
And then
in the classic Rats fashion, they did manage to still draw it out.
yeah, and then I think I got really lucky on the next game because I was like, this team's going to destroy me, and then I just didn't fail anything and won. It was pretty nice.
Oh, that was that game with the bullshit plays where you literally didn't fail a single roll. That was like your 100% dodge rate or whatever it was.
Something, yeah, it was something like that. It was a good day.
Yeah. But if we go back to the team roster, yeah, it's a good team. Like it's good.
It's just another thing I do never want to face in All Stars, but I feel like it's this or the Dwarves for Jethro.
Yeah.
I will say that
It's the
we see a difference here between Jade's team because he's invested a lot heavier in the dwarf. Like his dwarves have a lot more SPP than Jade's dwarves do, but Jade's bull centaurs are way more kitted out.
Yeah, I think both of his are now level 3, whereas he's got one level. Oh, both level 4, I think.
Yeah, whereas
And yeah, he's only got one level 3.
the cool thing about the
But
bull
yeah, all of
centaurs though
his-
against with these chaos dwarves is it makes it really hard to break the line and get away. Because normally with dwarves, if you can like break through their line or find a gap and run a dude, they can't catch you because they're too slow.
Yeah.
But the bull centaurs can intercept, so it makes it much harder to get away.
Yeah, they're a pretty cool team.
Let's just quickly check. So you did manage to beat them, Connor. Did you take any substantial injuries at the? He still
I
did
don't
beat the
think
shit
so.
out of you though. He just didn't convert anything.
I think I might have maybe copped a death at apothecary or something like that.
Yeah.
But
So he did
I
break your
remember it
armor,
being
but
hard.
no conversions. Yeah.
I remember like there was one point where he had like a cage with a bunch of dudes with guard on it, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I do from here. And I think I just like red dyed a fucking strip ball in there or something like that.
Yeah,
Well, I
football's
guess.
pretty good skill.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all you can do though. Like when they've got a guard cage, MVP.
I think I've watched enough of his games, but I'm just going to say
One of the
Tingling
dudes with
Sensations.
guard and mighty blow.
I was about to say like all of the dwarves because they're just really because like when I played them, it wasn't one individual dwarf that was really good. It was like that. It's just like all of them together, just on this fucking line that are just really hard to fucking deal with.
Yeah, that's 5 minutes too.
Sounds like
Yeah.
Dwarves.
Just very quickly, what do we reckon? Do we reckon this team or the dwarves, the whiskey business?
I think this team is
I-
actually worse. I mean, better. Worse because I don't want to face it.
I think I don't. Well, it's up to Jeffro. I think Jeffro liked his whiskey business.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be whiskey business that are coming back. And I remember whiskey business being really fucking scary, but we might have more of a talk about that at the end. We might do a section on contenders for the All Stars.
All Stars.
All right, who's next?
It is the Chaos Theory. No, Tingling Sensations.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
was about to say. I think there's one more team in there. Tingling Sensation. So these guys really made a comeback because they weren't doing too well at the start of the season. I think.
Not Jade. Will almost made playoffs with this team. One more win, but they got them in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like that Chaos thing where they're similar. They need a while to get going, but they play a bit more different to Chaos. I want us to go through. Is anyone playing him later in the season?
I did, and the tentacles on this Beast and Nurgle was pretty dope. I saw it doing real good work against me and against Brooke as well. Like I remember there was one point where he just pinned a War Dancer down for like multiple turns.
That's interesting. 'Cause early in the season, it was the worst fucking big guy I had ever seen.
I think break tackle on it is just dope.
Yeah, and
It was
So you can
really
just reposition it anyway.
of being bad, like Jethro's one, but then it really came back. Like I think I got a couple of MVPs on a level up, and then it just started going wild.
Yeah, I think the break tackle. I think the stand firm is really good, so you can't just fucking push it away either. And it really plays into that control thing. I know when I played him early on in or about like halfway through, early half of the season, it just was fucking stupiding all the time. He got a Nurgle Warrior with block claws. Nice.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
His other warriors didn't do shit though.
No.
Which is a bit sad. Kind of like the Tomb Guardian problem all over again.
Yeah, they can't, like, it's similar, like just trying to get the SPP on them. This guy's really close. This guy's really close. Just probably not just getting these like casualties, you know.
It's especially hard as well because they're ag 2 only. You can't even get like an easy pass with them or a TD half the time. Movement. They're a bit harder to get that SPP on.
His
Pesticles is dope.
Was very good though. I think he really started investing in these guys, and they're really good. Because they have the horns. Never got to see this Nurgle's Rot pop off though. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen it in either of the Nurgle teams actually.
No, yeah, they just I guess they just don't have the killing power that's like some of the undead teams have because they're more control. But I do think this player is really good. The extra hands on the dodge.
Yeah, rash decisions.
Ran out of rodders though. They were dying.
Which I think's kind of what you want. Like, I think rodders are shit.
Yeah.
I think this is essentially the team you kind of want to end with. 4 Pesticles, 4 Chaos Warriors, 1 Beast of Nurgle, and then like maybe 1 or 2 rodders.
The Pesticles are very expensive though. 80k. Oof. I think you max out at 4, isn't it? I think it's 4 is the max.
Yeah, 4's max.
I'm just gonna go to his history. Let's have a look.
He had a real good bit on me where he got like, he pinned down my thrower with like the Beast and Nurgle, and then had like a bunch of auras on him. And the only thing that got me out of that situation was my thrower happened to also have Nerves of Steel, so I could like got like a 4+ pass out or something, even though 2 dudes were engaged. But it was real cool. It was real scary when it happened.
Yeah. Yeah,
just
he's
being
done
able to like
well,
pin
actually.
someone down with tentacles and then just suck a bunch of auras on
I
him.
feel bad. I think it was the one that stopped him from going into playoffs. Yeah, this team I heard him hurt him a bit bad. Yeah, it's same sort of thing. Like, it's the usual chaos thing. Like, just didn't quite get going enough with his warriors and stuff. Was starting to pick up, starting to see it, but just not quite enough. But MVP, what do we reckon? I do really like this fucking Beast of Nurgle, but when I was playing it and when I saw early in the season, Will hated it because it was just not. It just was just boneheading all the time.
Against me, the Beast of Nurgle was definitely the scariest piece. But I think objectively, I reckon Rash Decisions is pretty dope.
Yeah. I mean, he's got lots of SPP. He's done a lot of stuff. Let's look at his stats. Well, he's made a pass. He's been in all 11 matches. Made some catches. Blocks, 6 touchdowns. That's pretty freaking dope.
And 222? Alright, just based on how similar this guy is to fucking Oliver's dude, I'm going to say this guy's my favourite.
Oh, yeah, because he's... Lightning McQueen is where we should... The benchmark.
Lightning McQueen, yeah, this is a benchmark. Lightning McQueen was in all 11 games. He also made 1 pass, and he also ran like 220-something yards.
Yeah, probably the MVP. I mean, that's where most of his touchdowns are coming from, this guy. Probably trying to get on some of his Nurgle Warriors, but just not happening. Do we think we will see this team from Wills in All-Stars?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Really? He's only got one other team though, remember?
Yeah, but isn't there one other team? Like the Undead? I thought Will enjoyed that other team.
Yeah, that's true. I did like the theme of that one too. It was pretty good. This theme's really good too.
Yeah, his theme is really strong here. I don't think this is still a good team. I think it just needs more SVP. That's like really all it needs. It needs some more like levels on these warriors, and then it's not bad.
So you reckon he should take it to All Stars, Carl?
I think it's definitely an option. I can't quite remember his undead team. I also know that undead are really fun too. So, I mean, ultimately he should just play whichever team he finds the funnest to play. All right, who's next?
It is you, my friend.
Chaos Theory.
Chaos Theory.
This team was just trash. I didn't like any of it.
Yeah, not enough cheerleaders or coach assistants.
Yeah. That's my thing. I will say, fucking one hell of a fan factor. Fucking crowd loved
Yeah,
it.
that was wild.
And that's actually
I think
less than what it
Macedonia-
was. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if
This team was
you're-
good, and I don't know. I just couldn't get the injuries. I could not injure things. If I look at the history, it's like all, except for that one, all pretty much draws. But the last like 4 games were like very little SPP. Like I feel like, well, that game was alright. I feel like it's like one good game of being a really awesome team. I do know the mistake I made here though, because originally with my Chaos Warriors I was trying to put block on everyone, and I got like the 2 Chaos Warriors with block, and then I thought, oh, I'll just start going Mighty Blow, and got cocky, and then that was a mistake. I should just kept going with block on everyone, which is what Nui did, and that really paid off for him, because my Chaos Warriors started stalling out and not getting enough SPP.
I mean, I feel like the thing that we did, which I'm sure we'll get to in a moment, was we give one guy fucking multiple arms.
Yeah, that actually paid off a lot too.
Yeah.
I kept taking lots of injuries too. Cool. That was like really rough. I don't know why, but
yeah, I'm looking at the deaths bit, and you got linear aggression died twice, and fucking
lots of MNGs. Lots of MNGs, not so many deaths.
DYDX.
Oh yeah, he died. Yeah.
But...
and you can probably add +C to that, because I think I'm probably gonna have to fire him too, because he's lost a point of armor value. So you got DYDX and +C. So we can't differentiate and we can't integrate anymore. But whoever turns out, Nuffle hates calculus. So
yeah. I thought this was a cool theme. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Algebra, what a good name.
Yeah, I do like Algebra. Algebra was cool. I really liked Linear Aggression. I was so sad he died. It was one of my favourite names.
You're welcome.
But this is probably my best bet for All Stars.
Do you want to take the Knights?
Or the Knights, but the reason I played this team is I just wanted to hurt things, and I really wanted to get to that chaos level where you just fucking delete, like, pitch clear people, and it just didn't quite get there. It slowed down the second half of the league, but maybe a second league it might be able to get there.
Maybe. I feel like All Stars is going to be fucking bash teams.
Potentially, yeah. But I also didn't really have a good breakaway option. That was like the other thing.
You didn't get any stat ups.
No, I never get stat ups. What are you talking about?
Classic Carl team, no stat ups.
Yeah. I don't roll those. They're not possible. Which is why I can't wait to Blood Bowl 3.
Stat down.
I can just buy stat increases. No, just having to roll shit. Yeah, I don't know. Who would you pick for an MVP? Because I feel like I didn't really have one standout player.
Yeah, hard to pick. But maybe one of your Chaos Warriors that got pretty baller, like Pythagoras Theorem or Mortal Relativity.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Calgebra.
Just because the name's cool. I would say that Trinomial Theorem was really good early on, but he got MNG'd a lot, so he was out of a few games. Because he got some scores, I'm pretty sure. 2 touchdowns, 2 casualties. He was a good like all-purpose piece. Didn't run. If you compare him to someone like Lightning McQueen, he doesn't measure up. But
no,
3 MVPs, you know.
But he does have 1 pass.
He does have
one pass. That's crucial.
Yeah.
At least 1.
All right. That's your 5, Carl.
Yeah, just I guess I'd sum up. I think it is actually a pretty solid team. It just needs one great game. One great game, and it'll really see. Who's next? We're into the playoffs contention.
Yeah.
That'd be Jade.
Jade. His team. Remind me their name. Harry's Hammers.
Harry's Hammers.
Yeah, there we are. Keep on hammering. This team.
This is pretty sick.
Is a good team. they weren't strong pretty much the whole season. His dwarves not as strong a front line as Jethro's, but these two bull centaurs, holy shit!
Yeah.
Hey, look, one of them's got tackle.
Yeah.
Have fun, Connor.
I mean, that's not the only dude with tackle in this team. Like, that's not exactly.
But I found that these guys were really good safeties, particularly with the break tackle. You couldn't really pin them. It's actually quite hard to pin them down, and then they can reach because they're speed 9 when they need to be. They can usually, if they're really good like recovery pieces. Like if he fucks up, he can usually use these guys to recover a bit.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. I like the agility 4 sure hands hobgoblin. That's pretty.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Piece.
Yeah, actually, one thing this does remind me of, Brooke, we'll have to set up a
MNG clear.
MNG clear.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
I can set that up after this. It's easy.
Yeah. I'll set up the actual finals, and then once the MNG clear, we can just invite to that.
Cool.
Yeah, like, what do you want to say about this team? I just think it's really solid.
Yeah, he started down the Jethro path of just stacking guard and mighty blow, which is a solid choice, I think. Especially for the line dwarves, because you just want them SPP, you just want them to win every fight they're in. And that's what guard and mighty blow does. And then, yeah, those bull centaurs are just absolute weapons.
Yeah, they really are. These, I mean, I'm going straight now for Harry for MVP.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's got like 3 TDs or something on some of his bull centaurs. Like, he's
got 4 touchdowns, 3 MVPs. He's got a lot of like SVPs going on him. Does
no passes?
No passes. So no lightning McQueen. Does he have block? He has block too. So
yeah,
they both have block. That's really good. Do these guys have general? Yeah, they do.
Yep.
Okay, cool. General. So what do you need on these guys? It's got tackle. Maybe if he rolls doubles, get him dodge.
Yeah, sure. Because there was a couple of times I remember where, because if you roll a 1, break tackle doesn't help you. So having dodge is pretty good on them, and also it just helps keep them up.
Yeah.
I hope Jade wins. I mean, obviously I'm playing against him, so I'm going to try to stop that happening. But I'm stoked that he made top 4. I hope he wins.
Yeah, it'd be a real underdog story if he won, because he was having a rough time early on, but they've come back. He hasn't taken any big losses that I know of. Although this is pretty fucked. What's this?
That's just a movement down dwarf.
Yeah,
she's going to go on the front line and beat people up.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, pretty much. Still going to be able to do his job. And he's got 1 hobgoblin to carry the ball, dedicated. This Agi 4 hobgoblin though was actually pretty good.
Yeah, nice.
I'm pretty sure he had him early on, and he is.
I think he did.
All you need to get the ball, and he's taken shorthands just for the strip ball.
I think when I played against this team, I think either the hobgoblin wasn't in the field, like he either was injured the game before, or I like KO'd him real early, like, or injured him real early, because I remember him not being a factor in mine. I remember being real glad of that.
I was thinking also this maybe Harry's Hammers gets like strip ball or something next, just to, I don't know, if he levels up again, which he might. I don't have much more to say about this. It's just a really solid team. His TV's in a really good place. He's got 4 rerolls. He's got the Apo.
I'm pretty sure. Oh no, he's not. He doesn't have enough money. I thought he was saving for a Minotaur, but I think he had to buy a new Chaos Dwarf for the last game.
I mean, there is Dead Blow 2.0.
Yeah.
I actually don't think this team needs a Minotaur. I think it's actually better off without one.
Yeah, keep the TV low, like, so you should have a bit of a buffer against whoever he plays.
Just because he's got his bull centaurs are just so decked out that having the 2 and the full line of dwarves is just it's just got a really reliable front line. Like, with all this guard, I can't think of another team apart from another dwarf team with shitloads of guard that can outbash it.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
Like, so the Minotaur, I feel like it's not going to
Oh.
add anything that he needs.
That's 5
Because he
too.
could, yeah, because he can blitz with these guys, and like blitzing with Harry's hammer. Like, just give Harry's hammer fucking frenzy if you want.
Yeah.
Although it's probably mighty, but I don't know what you get him next. You get him whatever you want. He'll still be very fucking good. Yeah, that's Harry's hammer. 4th position, looking to go for the top. Who's next?
Subjugation
Nui.
Street.
Subjugation Street, the real Cinderella story here. We all judged. We all judged the extra arms.
The extra
and it actually
arms.
ended up being amazing.
Extra arms, strength 5, Chaos Warrior. Oscar the Grouch. What a gun.
Yeah, this guy's nuts. The amount of times when I was playing Nui, he would just pass the ball to this dude. And it's like, yeah, it's a strength 5 dude with block. Get the ball off him. It's just fucking ridiculous. Get this guy dodged. He's fucking dope.
No way. Sure hands.
He doesn't need
Because that'll be
extra arms.
that's his.
Oh, for the
Huh?
strip ball.
Yeah, it's for anti-strip ball. He'll be. I mean, no, if you're listening to this, that'll be the thing to watch out for. Brooks strip ball guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then, like, you can see he did the thing that I should have done, where he's just gone block on all his Chaos Warriors wherever he can.
Yeah.
Although,
One of them's got horns, actually.
yeah, nice.
True. That looks pretty sick.
Yeah, I
love
think
all
it's
the
more for the
details.
aesthetic appeal. It does look very sick.
Blitzing strength 5. It's pretty sweet.
With Mighty Blow. Nice. But all the rest of them are block, yeah, which is what I kind of should have done.
I guess the other bit to draw attention to, because you've got the strength 5 extra arms Chaos Warrior, but you've also got this accurate dude. Yeah, the
This
beast
guy,
ring.
yeah, with
Is that
passing.
accurate or
It's strong
pass? It's pass and strong arm. That's the
Yeah,
one.
so which is a really good workaround because it doesn't. They don't get obviously passing skills, but you can take strong arm from strength. So this guy's got pass and strong arm, so he's actually a good thrower. Like he is a very good thrower.
Yeah, 2+ base pass.
He's made 14 fucking passes. Look at him. What a fucking gun.
Yeah, like how he's developed it into, he kind of has a bit of everything
Yeah.
for the chaos. So like he can, obviously speed isn't great, but he's got some passing. He's got a lot of bash. So he can kind of cover bases. So he's, I'm losing the bash off. Quickly pass off the ball to somebody. And
Which is something else I should have done
field.
too. I should have actually invested in having another passer, but I was so focused on just murdering people that I didn't do that.
He's even got strip ball and block guy. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't like the tentacles Minotaur.
Yeah, that's a good idea, I think, given who he's up against.
Oh yeah, that's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got a lot of
Definitely
options. Like he's made
Minotaur.
them a really consistent. He's got a frenzy piece as well. Lots of really good options. Really maximized his access to the general skill tree. Very well.
Yeah, that's a good skill.
But we got to give the MVP to Oscar, right? Like that's hands down.
For sure.
Yeah, Oscar
This
the
guy
Grouch for sure.
Was really hard to deal with. 8
Oh
successful
look,
catches.
one pass. That's how you know he's a MVP.
Yeah.
One pass and 220 yards run. That's it.
That's
He's hit my criteria.
He's been in every game too. You couldn't keep him down.
Yeah. You know who else has been in every game?
He's sustained no casualties.
Lightning McQueen.
He has never been injured.
People will be struggling to push him over, let alone knock him out.
Yeah. And this is going to be who's up against who's into him. Are you going into him, Brooke?
Yeah, so this is my match. I see all those skills. There's no tackle.
The one thing he hasn't got yet. But he has got a lot of block, so that's kind of that's going to kind of help a bit.
He does have strip ball as well, which I don't have any short hands. So if you can get onto so that's kind of a tackle workaround. It won't help him hurt my players, but it can help get the ball off me.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game if Nui can actually manage to get a couple of early injuries. Yeah, we'll save this for the end actually.
For the matchup.
So
Connor.
who's up? Left wing Yoga. All right, well, this is your team, Connor, so you can take us through it. I versed this
Sure.
first. I'm pretty sure we play each other like first game.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my team. The TV's fucking high. I may need to like figure out what I'm doing with that. I feel like I should fire someone, but at the same time, like I like all my players, so
It's
I
because
don't
all
know
your
what the
players
deal
are
is.
expensive and doped up.
Yeah. I guess that's one of the things on this team is like everyone's got fucking skills. Like the other one who's not. I mean, there's that catcher who's got that level up that I haven't put in yet.
But even your blitzers are 110k to start with. That's like really expensive.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's so sad.
They
I
are
just
very
felt
good, though.
like I definitely felt the pressure this season on like once Brooke started exploding away, I was like, nah, I have to do something about this. And with the sheer volume of like diving tackle and other shit, I was like, so I felt like a bit of pressure to get those blitzes. Otherwise, probably wouldn't have gotten 3 just for that. Pretty cool team though. Flipping's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Skill tree. I can't believe your bear's almost level 2 as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
you got
so
him like
sad that
second
he
half
didn't
of the
get it.
season, and he's crazy. Like,
I think
what is he? Where's all his SPP come from?
just fucking injuring people.
Oh wow, I wish my team could do that. Yeah, holy.
He's
Okay, and it must be what one?
Kills,
Yeah.
1 kill, 13 injuries, 5 casualties. Yeah, that'll do it.
yeah. That's all he's done. He's just fucking beat on people. And then I think he might have got MVP. Yeah,
Yeah.
against Will. Against Will, he got MVP, and Will's his big dude got MVP.
Hmm.
The bear's awesome though. I love it. Like it's a real good like pivot piece, and like with this team, you can pivot really well.
Yeah. The prehensile chain or tail, whatever you want to call it, is going to be useful, I think.
Yeah.
And getting block on it like straight out the gate is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Like at the time, I got blocked because I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I rolled doubles, taking block, and then I like almost immediately regretted it. I was like, "Man, I wish I got break tackle. Break tackle's so good." But then like in whatever like the last 2 games I got, like he racked up so many injuries just in like the last 2 games, and it was pretty much all from block. I was like, "All right, well."
Yeah, I think you got to take block
guess.
because he doesn't normally get access to it, so you
No.
you gotta get it. Like as good as
Yeah.
and it just increases. It just saves you so much.
Yeah,
much more
because you
reliable
can't
once
really
they get that.
re-roll as well. It
Yeah.
just makes him a safer piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty well developed team. You kind of like Nui. You got a lot of different options and answers. Nice stat ups there. Like it.
Yeah,
Strength
rolling the
4.
startups. It's something we're noticing about the higher tier teams. The
Only on linemen though.
rolling a
So
lot more stat increases.
if you're good at the game, you're all the stat ups on your positionals.
Yeah.
That need it. So he's halfway there.
This guy's awesome.
Mm.
It's movement 8
Movement 8 catcher.
with dodge. Yeah.
He's cool. My favorite's Sign Online Petition.
Yeah.
It's such a gun.
It's
He's
a cool
definitely the
build.
coolest player.
Even though you like have not really got to use this pass block off much.
I think he got to use it against me. It just didn't do anything.
Oh yeah, because
Oh, yeah, because you've got that fucking dumb roll.
where it's just like, oh wait, actually, I'm just not gonna throw it.
And Nerves of Steel came in so clutch against Will. I think if I didn't have Nerves of Steel, Will.
This is a really good skill. Like for most catches, let alone on a leaping catch with diving catch, is like fucking awesome. And pass block, it synergizes so well with pass block.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, these catches are pretty weapon. They're like gutter runners almost. Like they're just so hard to stop.
Yeah.
They're
They're only strength 2 and armor 7, so.
I mean that's a gutter runner, right?
It's a gutter runner,
yeah. But they don't come with the dodge, don't they? You got to buy that.
I don't. No, you got to buy the dodge.
Yeah. But once I got it, yeah, nice. Any plans if he levels up to getting him next? Like more in this interception tree, or?
I mean, I don't think he will level up again, but if he does, fucking no. I don't know what else to get him there.
Yeah,
he's like full build, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, MVP, I guess. Who would you pick as your MVP, Connor? You have a lot of good tick players on this team, so I don't really.
Probably the bear.
I do think the bear coming in and like only in a couple of games, almost reaching level 2, is pretty fucking awesome.
I think I got the bear just in time for my
Played
game
7 matches,
against Jade. And he was real good. Like I would just put him, like particularly against a bash team, you just put him where the scrum's going,
Yeah.
and then like the scrum just goes on, the ball kind of floats around for a bit, and then at the moment you get the ball, you just leap out and run away, and then there's a bear and everyone's fucking away. And like the bear just gets beaten around. Like, you know, if you look in the stats, he's been beaten up a bunch of times. But like, you know, he's got the thick skull, he's got some half decent armor, he's got high strength. Like he's hard to hurt.
Yeah, that's his job though. Having a
Yeah.
big guy just to stand in the middle of the scrum can really help you out. You know, that's kind of like their job.
Yeah. So nice. He's cool.
Are you going to buy anything, you reckon? We got 150k, that's a lot of
I
money.
have no idea. As I said, I have a lot of money and I have a real high team value. I probably need to like, I once again, there were a lot of things I intended to do before today, including put a poll up and let other people vote some stuff. But one of them was actually to fix my team.
What I will say is just to remember that any money over 150 starts adding to your TV.
Yeah.
So make sure you spend that at least before if you play your.
I don't know what I
semi-finals.
spend it on though. Like, I don't want another blitzer.
You can always remember just buy and sell cheerleaders to waste money.
Or
you don't need anything.
look at stadium upgrades because that don't count as well.
Oh yeah, true.
That's that way at least you're getting something for your money. Do you have a bench? Yeah, you got one bench.
A bench of one.
Having one extra lineman's probably not gonna hurt too. Depending on
Especially because they're all nearly leveled up. Like all the linemen are leveled up. You don't really want to sell one.
Yeah.
Like your team's too good. Like all your players are really important. So
actually,
You gotta go
apart
kick,
from
yeah?
the bear
You gotta
too.
kick.
Oh, I just realized by the time we're on. We're probably on 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get kick because I couldn't figure out what I would actually do with kick. Like, I'm not smart enough to know how to use it. The only other thing I'll
you
say.
kick, you roll a blitz, and then you flip your whole front line over and form a
I
cage
get it.
and
I
catch
get
the
it.
ball.
Yeah. Actually, just I did love that game against you where I just fucking flipped everyone over. That was sick. The last thing I was gonna say on my team was I've got a Saka, which I'm real pleased with. It took me ages to get them, but I got to do with wrestle and strip ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
well,
sounds a tilt. Can get fucked.
I don't think. I think that's all the
Talking
teams.
about really good
think
teams.
talk about anything
Let's
else.
bring them up.
I've
Look at
never hated a team. As
Yeah,
much
this
as
team
I
is
fucking
fucking
hate
Look at
this
everything
team.
I hate about it else.
Absolute filth.
It's fucking such.
So I remember
Speaking of
saying
excessive
at the
players-
start, Woodell was either like become the best, most craziest, wacky team in the league, or they just implode. And I was hoping your team would be the latter.
That was my expectation coming in because I was like, oh, it's just going to be a bashy league. I'll just get thrashed. Nothing. My team has lost one player, and the other one I fired.
This dude with agility 5 and fucking pass can get fucked.
This guy's
He
fucked.
can pass half the pitch on like a 3+ with a reroll. Like it's so bullshit.
And the fact that you can just do it, and because you've got safe pass, it's like, if I roll a 1, it doesn't matter anyway.
I was real keen on my intercept, and then you're just like, nah.
You don't get to. Do you want to see how many passes he's got? I think it's like.
I just looked. It's 26.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. Look at that
26 passes. It's not the magic one.
Oh, look at those yards run, yards passed.
He's almost passed.
But it's also because the amount of times where like you've just had him running around the backfield doing passing training.
Well, he just runs away from people, and then because he doesn't need to be close to pass it to them. Yeah, this team's pretty filth. I do a little bit regret taking guard on my second war dancer because I got doubles and I'd already taken frenzy. I was like, oh, I think I just need more guard in case I have to fight some dwarves. But I really should have gone just mighty blow and turned him into an absolute weapon.
Yeah,
he's
that would have been pretty fun.
He's still pretty good. And then rest.
And you could take and jump up too.
I guess my main thing is it's been so impressive how little injuries you've taken with this team. Like, I get they've all got dodge, but early in the season, I thought you'd be losing... Like, at least losing elves off the line. Like, that's usually... You expect one of your line elves just to get get taken out off the pitch from the scrimmage
I
line.
did prioritize getting like wrestle and dodge on a couple early, just so they could be like Lionels and ideally not die, which kind of I feel like helped. I probably should have lost more players still, but you know.
Fucking look at that. 2 agility ups and a fucking move up.
Yeah, and on the catcher too. See that? That's skill. You get the agi ups and the movement ups on the people you want.
It is
Yeah,
Phil.
So
It is
much.
disgusting. It's actually
And that
disgusting how
tree-
perfectly everything's worked out for this team.
Yeah, and that tree, even though it only been on the game, pitch a few games, against, I think it was Luke, he was like KOing and stunning ogres left, right, and center.
Oh no.
It was pretty whipping.
Anyway, I think we move on. I fucking hate this
well, I
team.
guess we got to pick it to MVP. I don't even know who you would pick.
think
Like the
it's-
thrower is
I think
really
it's-
good.
It's
thrower.
Aussie fucking game, yeah. He is disgusting.
I hate that guy more
He
than anyone
literally
else in this
facilitates,
fucking
like,
team.
Playing against this team, when you've just got him sitting up the backfield with the ball, it's like I have my whole team there, and I'm like, I can't stop you from scoring.
No,
Like,
yeah, and he can just be like 7 spaces back from the center line, and then he can just, which is like almost
doesn't even need to be that. He could be at his. I've seen him like you sit this dude like 3 spaces away from your try line. Run him up 7 spaces, throw it to fucking one of these dudes like halfway across the pitch to one of these fucking speed 9 or speed 8 dudes who catch it in the middle of a scrum and then just fucking dirty dodges out and score. It's like, or leap out and score.
I've
It's
seen
hard to
Brooke
stop.
have that guy at the back run up to the center line and pass the entire pitch to someone just standing in the try line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that twice. It's a pretty good feeling. It's pretty gross though. Makes me feel a little bit dirty.
Like,
only a
which is
little
the-
bit.
You
It's
you
really
are
hard to
genuinely
stop
a
this
bad
team from
person,
scoring.
Brooke.
That's one thing I felt like when I was playing you. It's just like you can't fuck up because if you drop the ball, they score. And when you've got the ball, it's like you can't overcommit to trying to get the ball off the thrower because then they can just move it to the other side of the field where your guys can't get to and then just hold it there for fucking 6 turns. But you can't stop them from scoring. It's like so hard to stop them from scoring because as long as there's at least one elf within fucking 9 of the fucking touchdown line, they can score.
I did try very hard to spread all my SPP out as well, which I think's come good. But
you also got the strip ball early, which was like really really handy because you things about a lot of bash teams is we didn't have a lot of short hands early on, which meant that your attack was, which is normally where Wood Elves have a hard time, was strong out the gate.
Yeah.
I think I was playing like a thrower. Like, he was such a target that I had to play super safe. But then when people did drop the ball, he was not close enough to get the ball. But now I've got another AG5 guy, so ideally it should be a bit easier to do that.
Dude, I thought you normally would like jump a wall answer in, or you'd just run another dude in to pick up the ball and then just give it to the thrower.
Yeah, that's what I would
And
try and
the
do,
thrower would
but
run away.
it would generally not be as easy because they're not AG5. But
I'm assuming if
pretty
this
good
thrower gets
skill.
another level up, you're gonna get him like Nerves of Steel or something. So you can...
No, I probably would get him dodge just so he could stay alive a little bit more.
Just realized he didn't have dodge already.
Or I don't know what else. Honestly,
Wait, does
Jump off.
that skill kickoff returns only work on kickoff, or does that work when other people fuck up like passes and stuff?
I think it's.
Nah, I think it only works on kick up.
I was thinking of getting him like pass block because then it'd just be like disgusting because if he intercepts, then I get the ball and then he gets to pass it and then it's like a free TD.
That would be pretty good actually.
But that means I have to put him near people, which is kind of not great because he's a very big target.
He is.
Dump off would be pretty funny on him.
The thing is just like he just facilitates so much because as soon as he's got the ball, your score threat is so high. It's almost impossible to stop.
Anyway, I think we're over. I forgot to put a timer on. I think we're over 5 minutes, and I also genuinely hate this fucking team. I'm keen to talk about anything else.
So for anyone who's watching, and when I had that whole thing where I tell people to foul the war dancers every chance you get, this is why. This is what we want to stop from happening. Because this team is disgusting. and no one wants to see this team win.
I'll tell you who put in the fucking best effort. Was Lukey. Lukey played Brook last, and he did the full turn 16 for the league foul and everything. He was going for it.
But I've seen your team on your. I know we want to move on from your team, Brooke, but I've seen so many people foul the shit out of all your important players, and them just shrug it off.
Yeah, they're built different.
Like I've seen like 3 turns in a row. I think it was like Lewis fucking laying into one of your dancers, and him just being
he
like,
used it as like a strategy. He surrounded one of my war dancers, so I had to pull all my players forward. I don't think he did this intentionally, but it's what happened. And then when I tried to save my war dancer, he just passed one of his other players and scored. I was like, oh, disgusting.
But yeah, that's all the teams in the season 5 of the Men of War. What do we want to just I don't know if we've got too much to talk about in playoff predictions. So first up, we've got Left Wing Yoga versus the Harry's Hammers. That's right. And I think this can go either way. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty worried about just the whole team. Especially all the fucking tackle and block and stuff.
You both have very good teams. I think you've got enough block and guard and strength to hold the line against him.
Yeah.
I don't think
just hold the line long enough, I guess.
I don't think he's got quite enough guard in his team to absolutely just steamroll your front line. But the sheer amount of block and stuff, I think he will eventually overpower you. But I think you should be fine unless he gets some early removals.
Yeah, I think as well because he doesn't have a high strength piece, whereas Connor does have a high strength piece.
Yeah.
So that counts for like a decent chunk.
Yeah, I do think your bear's going to be really good or really useful.
I think the bear will be pivotal.
Yeah. But it's likewise, I think these two are going to be really...
Yeah, I mean, once again, like that's the thing that stops me just outrunning him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't actually know which way that game's going to go. I think it really comes down to if you lose a couple of pieces off your line early on, that's going to really hurt you. But if
I can get the blitzes too on the bull centaurs, maybe that'll work out.
Yeah,
the diving tackle, I might be able to get around the break tackle.
Yeah, that's true.
Obligatory warning that I have diver tackle. Don't forget it.
I was going to say for Harry's Hammers, it'll be if he gets locked up.
Yeah.
If he gets locked up, he's in trouble. Because he doesn't have many hobgoblins that can do any agi plays.
Yeah.
Likewise, Subjugation Street versus... I originally was like, Sounds of Tilt fucking easily have this, but I don't know. Because what's your TV?
Like 1800 something.
So we'll get some...
Oh yeah, that was going to be my hot tip too for both Nui and Jade, who'll be under TV, is one of the things we as a group don't do very well is like inducements. So I would actually recommend, like, you don't have to like play a full game, but like load in a game against like a bot or whatever, just to look at the inducements. Yeah, so that you have more than like 1 minute to make your mind up when the game actually starts.
That's what Lukey, and that's because he plays a lot of Blood Bowl, knows all the star players and stuff, so he chooses his inducements really, really well.
Yeah. Because if you can pick a sick inducement that like pushes you over the edge, then fuck yeah.
I mean, and
but like most of the time when we load in, it's like, you're like talking shit while you're doing inducements, you're not really paying attention, like, fuck it, I'll just get a wizard, like whatever.
And Lukey did this very well. He was really good at picking good star players that fit what he needed them to do, and a good star player that like fills that role that you need is really fucking hard to deal with. So
I think this Minotaur might be clutch with his tentacles.
Yeah,
that's a big
tentacles against war dancers are fucking lit.
Hopefully I can deal with it with the tree, which is like why I'm happy I've gotten him in the game. Because otherwise it's just red dyeing it pretty much. I can put the best.
Yeah. I mean, they can always happen with Wood Elves. He could just fucking like injure some Wood Elves early just from some random blocks. I know you're good at keeping keep away, but he can usually blitz at least one of them a turn. And he's got mighty blow pieces, so
Yeah,
especially with
Mighty Blow block.
tentacles, I think
Yeah.
it'll be hard for me to play keep away properly.
but
I think
yeah.
I can't remember what happened in our actual game. I think I just rolled well, which is pretty standard. So
Yeah.
I think it was a pretty solid win for my team. But his team is a lot more developed now.
Yeah, his team's pretty
Yeah.
lit. The last thing, unless you had anything else you want to do, Carl, I was gonna say, like we've kind of talked about as we've gone through, but like, shall we give out the awards?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Now, quick caveat: the book thing that we've got, whatever it's called, the player's guide, says that these awards are going to be voted up by the coaches, but we didn't do that, so we'll just award the awards whoever we feel like.
I'm just getting the awards up, so just give me a moment.
That's alright. I've got them up. I can kind of. So the first one is the Banter Award, and that's the person with the most memorable quote.
Ooh, I feel like that's almost got to go to Oliver for multiple quotes.
He does have some good ones.
I'm definitely voting on Oliver.
Yeah, the chore one was
specifically for chores. Yeah.
Let me just do something. Yeah, I'd double down on Oliver.
All right, should I write in the document?
Yeah,
Here we go, Oliver.
Well, I was trying to bring up the thing so that we could see it, but for some reason, I can't get it to come up. So we might have to use our power of imagination here.
That's what I'm really.
The awards.
There we are. Yeah, I was just trying to bring up the thing. But
I'll just message you on Steam.
But it's all good. Oh no, I've got it. I'm just trying to display it.
Right.
That's
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this Darkest Dungeon content. Really.
Wait, is that what you guys are seeing?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, that's what I'm seeing. I can see.
I'm definitely sure that I'm seeing this. There we go. We're back to Mantle.
Yeah, so you were seeing the studio mode. You were seeing the behind the scenes.
Uh.
All right. All right. Well, so we got the Banter Award. We'll go to Oliver for the chores one. Yeah, that's a good one, if anything. Well, I guess the Tilt Alert Award. There's a lot of.
Actually, no. Sorry, I would like to change my thing. The Banter Award is the most memorable iconic quote. I want to go Tilt to Oliver for the chores.
Okay.
Well, I thought they were kind of both because it was tilted, but it was also a very funny quote.
Yeah, I want to say Banter goes to someone who like had a good quote, but it wasn't like them tilting. It was like them giving other people shit or something.
I mean, the most memorable quote I feel like is probably, "You always hit your real estate with Form 11."
Wasn't that?
That's not even from this fucking league, Carl.
We gotta put a date on these things.
That was back when he was playing Action Post.
Oh, right, yeah. How could I forget? Well, I don't know if any of the others are memorable because we didn't remember them when I did the game, so...
Yeah, it's true. Oh no, we're so bad. This is why we offload to fucking the people.
Yeah. Maybe we'll pass that one. No Banter Award this time, unless you guys can think of a particular quote that should get the award.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
But for the Tilt Award, we could give that to Oliver, but there's a fair few contenders because a fair few people were tilting this season.
Was anyone tilting more than Oliver, though?
That is true.
Lewis
Only other person I can think of is Lewis, but he kind of... He gets a bit of a free pass because Vampire, if you can only tilt a little bit playing Vampires, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he got that tilted. Like, he's too nice about it.
Yeah.
He wasn't really, like, tilting out.
You know someone who deserved to tilt? Fucking Luke.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That man deserved to tilt. I didn't hear him complain too much, so...
There was one complaint right at the end where it was like, "What? It's not over yet. I still have to play another game."
Yeah. Break the mold.
Break the mold. I want to give that one to Luke. Was it with his leaping fucking ogre?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
ogre.
I vote the leaping ogre.
Yeah.
I think my point here is not only that he had a leaping ogre, but he used it, and it actually worked.
Yeah, the best coach award. Now this one's voted by the community, but we'll give you our hot hits first, and then you get to vote. Or I guess, did we normally choose nominees? I can't remember.
No, we normally just put up a vote.
Oh, we'll just put up a vote then. Some nominees for best coach.
Most in character and enthusiastic coach.
I gotta give it to TJ. Was pretty good with his male models, and his gifts were really on point. Will's were really good too, and Jethro always is really in character with his Aussie battlers. That was really good too. But then you also have Nufus's whole like really committing to the Sesame Street theme.
Yeah, I really liked Will's write-ups every week. They are always quite good. I remember he just consistently, like nearly every week, had something, and it was always quite good in the posts.
This is a very tough one. I know we should probably leave this one to the community to vote on. I think. Because we can't.
You heard it here first, everyone. It is some player.
Yeah.
On some team.
We'll put a vote up. You can vote
shoulders.
on who we think the best coach is. There's a lot of a lot of contenders for that one. Biggest shoulders. So the player who did the most carrying for their team. I
really want to give this to Lightning McQueen. Just because I know how much Oliver does not care.
I feel like, yes, while that would be funny, I also feel like Oscar the Grouch does kind of deserve it.
I think that's my serious answer.
I think so too.
Because Oscar the Grouch, when he got that strength 5, dude, with that just meant like that suddenly that guy became literally so hard to deal with.
And also, he just actually might have the biggest shoulders.
Yeah.
like as a true statement.
Yeah.
I would say other nominees would probably be Dom Toretto and Vin Diesel. They're probably Vin Diesel more than Dom Toretto.
I would also say another nominee might be the Gutter Runner and the star player Gutter Runner.
Yeah, the star player Gutter Runner.
That was absolutely ludicrous. He was, and potentially, I actually was going to say you Googleizer, but now that I look at TJ's team, everyone there was doing pretty well, so he didn't really need to carry too hard. Yeah, I feel like my serious answer is Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, I think I agree.
The PTSD award, the scariest team from the season, the least wanted to see on the pitch again. This one's technically voted by the community, but I think we might have a few.
It's Brooke. Brooke can get fucked.
Yeah, I could see that. Brooke or...
I do not. I would rather go and play any of these fucking dwarf teams again than play Brooke's team.
Yeah, they were pretty... They're definitely scary in a different way. Close runner-up to...
Like, if I play against a dwarf team, like, I might lose, my dudes might get beaten up, but I might actually, like, get a chance to play the game.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't really argue with that. That's
I did have 3 of the top 3 impact players. So that was pretty nice.
Fucking get fucked.
And the biggest upset award, actually, now I feel better about not giving fucking Lightning McQueen the biggest shoulders. Surely the biggest upset was Oliver's fucking team beating Brooke.
Yeah, that, or I would say the Rats beating the shit out of me, because that literally knocked me out of playoffs.
Ah, true.
Because I think I was like really on a good streak to be in the top 4, and then his team absolutely murdered me.
I guess it depends whether it can be a biggest upset in hindsight, because like Oliver beat Brooke pretty early.
Yeah.
Well, that's also still my only loss as well.
Yeah. Whereas the U vs the Rats was pretty late.
Yeah. Otherwise, did Habits end up losing to Luck Skill? Let me just quickly check this. Oh no, they drew. That was really an upset then.
Yeah, there was a few though, because they also lost to the Nurgle though, I'm pretty sure.
Who?
Harry's Hammers, I think. So there was a couple of weird upsets.
I'm just going to go entirely based on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 spaces between Lulu Rats and Chaos Theory, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 spaces between Deathly
actually,
Quick
they
and
drew. That was
Sounds of the Tilt.
Yeah, they drew.
I'm putting my money on Deathly Quick as biggest upset.
Deathly Quick. For me, the biggest upset was me getting beaten by the Rats.
Yeah, but that's because you were the most upset.
Yeah, I was.
That was your biggest
game.
That was your biggest cry.
Yeah. I guess you're the tiebreaker, Brooke.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. It essentially was, like, at the end of the season, the biggest upset. I guess it did happen early on, but I can't see any other ones that happened. Like, all the lower tier teams were just drawing. There wasn't really any big game that was like, oh my god, I can't believe they just beat them.
Yeah.
It was all just draws or 1-1s.
I guess that's a general statement of the league. Is like there were a lot of draws. It was actually quite tight. Like even the fact that we got like playoffs weren't locked until the last game, basically.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was actually quite cool.
Carl, it says the stream is paused as well, by the way.
Oh, please no. No, it doesn't.
It said because you
definitely did for us. Are you calling Brooke a liar?
Well, it doesn't for me, but I'm not streaming. I'm recording, so that might.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, it's fine.
I think it was just in Discord.
It says it's been recorded for an hour and 42 minutes. So.
Yeah, we've been doing this for ages. Is there anything else we need to do?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. Firstly, if you're playing in the finals, we're going to do an MNG clear. Brooke will set up the MNG clear, so make sure you join that. Brooke will sort it out.
It'll only be for James, so.
The faster you join that, the faster your injuries will get cleared, and then you'll have to join the actual finals when I set that up. I think that's pretty easy how that works. The next thing, also, so with the finals, with all that, I'd like to, if I can, I'll set up to start the finals if you're all in by tomorrow when I get back. So from Monday, I won't probably get home till after 7, but when I get back, hopefully we'll all be in and we can kick it off from there. So you'll have the whole week to play, and then maybe we can do the grand finals this coming weekend, if possible.
Yeah. So I remember Jade had something to do next week. I think he's away. So if we can finish,
we'll try and smash that, which should be easy because it's only 3 games. But we'll see how we go. And I'll add you guys as commissioners too to that in case I obviously get busy or something like that. The other thing we need to talk about is All Stars, because we're going to do it. Finally going to do it. Next season will be All Stars. We will put out more rules about how this is going to work, but the general rules that we've agreed on so far, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is that you can play any team that you've played before as long as they haven't won.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's a chance to bring back some of your favourite teams for another shot at the Man of War Cup, because it will probably be the last one we do in Blood Bowl 2, hopefully. Assuming Blood Bowl 3 is functional when it comes out and doesn't get delayed any further. We were also talking about potentially maybe letting you start a new team with a couple extra skills, but we will release more details on that when we figure it out. But get pumped for that. You boys got any idea what team you might be bringing back for All Stars?
I mean, my knee-jerk reaction is fucking I've forgotten the name.
Walk like an Egyptian?
Yeah, I'm literally wearing my shirt. Walk like an Egyptian. I really want to do it, but if the league ends up with nothing but fucking undead and chaos, I might pivot to Amazons or even the left wing yoga if I don't win, just so that there's some sort of agility team in it.
Yeah,
but I say that now, but I really want to play if I can walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I could play those chaos, or I could go back to the pain of Bretonia. I'm not sure. They're pretty much the only 2 teams I've got to.
Not vampires, Carl?
I could do the vampires.
Me, you, and Lewis can all bring back a vampire team.
I'll definitely put them on the cards. I definitely aren't playing my goblins because I don't think there's much left of them. Yeah. What about you, Brooke? Any?
I feel like I was definitely aiming to play a meme team next season, but probably not vampires. So I don't know. It'll be a deliberation. I might still end up just playing vampires.
Hey, you said you
Then
had the
You can bring
best
your,
vampire team. You could see if they can.
I definitely do. But
you can bring your chaos back, like
yeah, I was thinking
just
them
because.
or you sorry.
I, oh, I was gonna say like I know that you don't like. They're not exactly a meme team, but like because they're the first team you played, like they're not leveled properly. You know, like they're not as
I think they're
efficient
alright,
as like
aren't
a later
Yeah,
team.
there's a lot of trash skills on them.
So
Um,
that in its own way is a meme.
Yeah,
You can just bring it back, see how many more casualties Toucan Sam can rack up.
yeah, he was pretty good. Otherwise, courtside composers were pretty cool. I like
Yeah,
that
they were
team.
pretty dope too. I remember hating the courtside composers. Probably not
I
as much.
think they were the team that you were like the least wanting to play against again from that season.
Yeah, that's because I was playing elves that season, and they just were humans, so they would just chase my elves down and beat the shit out of me. So I'd like to be able to run away, but all you had like fucking speed 8 humans that were like catching my dudes and then just kicking the shit out of them. I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, but yeah, think about that because All Stars will be pretty cool to see. I know I've got a couple of teams I'd love to see again. I mean, I would really like to see Whiskey Business again, and I would really like to see Skit Scampers again.
Yeah, he was pretty gross.
Yeah.
But Nui had that also disgusting Skaven
He
team.
did have that disgusting Skaven team too, didn't he? Oh, they were like, yeah. I would love to see also Luke's Croxigore come back so it can die again.
Oh yeah,
I would love to see that team racking up more dead Croxigores. That would be great.
I
I
feel like
think Luke fucking categorically decided not to play that team again.
yeah, I thought he would bring back its Wood Elves because he had an Agi 5 War Dancer, an Agi 5
Oh, yeah.
Cat.
Yeah, that's true. He might bring them to water, but I'm thinking they've got injuries. His Wood Elves weren't as durable as yours, unfortunately.
Season's not over yet. They might get cracked.
Yeah. Well, that's it from us, I think, unless there's anything else we need to say. I don't think there's any other further announcements that I can think of. Can you think of any?
No,
Nah.
I think we're good to go. Just keen for new season.
Yeah, we'll do it. So, yeah, next season probably won't be till after Christmas too. Just FYI, till next year. So,
Cool.
yeah,
And
all
then
right.
hopefully Blood Bowl 3 actually is real.
Yeah, very keen to see it. And it'll be cool to play. I think definitely doing All Stars when Blood Bowl 3 launches, so they give them some time to iron out all the bugs that will inevitably be in it when it launches. So, yeah. But otherwise, I think that's all from us. Looking forward to the finals.
Carl, you've cropped out the most important stat for me though. I think my TD difference was like 16.
I saw that when I was cropping it, and I was like, "Oh, Brooke's gonna have a go at me for cropping this out." He's not gonna be happy about this.
Yeah, TD 33, TD difference 11.
No, 22 you mean.
TDD. What do all these things mean?
TD plus, how many TDs you scored? TD minus, how many TDs scored against you?
Oh,
TD,
difference
TD
22.
touchdown difference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's literally twice mine.
Absolute filth.
Yeah, it is absolute filth. I mean, I think there was one game where you got like 6-0'd someone, didn't you? Which is
Yep, and 5-0 on one, 4-0 on another.
I'm pretty sure when it gets to that stage in a tournament, they mercy rule it or something.
Here's actually a fun little stat for you, which is Jade, who made top 4, has a TDD of 0.
Yeah, that's fun stat.
Well, that is a fun stat. Look at that. You don't have to score touchdowns to win, people. You just have to stop them being scored against you, I guess.
Well, I mean, he didn't though. He scored the same number as he got scored against. I guess it would have been the distribution of how, like, maybe one game he got 4 scored against him, and then his 4 he scored over like 4 different games.
Yeah, he did get a lot of draws actually. Almost as many draws as me. but he did manage to get that one extra win. It's pushed him over.
Anyway, I'm
Alright,
real
we'll call it there,
hankering
though.
to go do some shit, so let's bounce.
Alright, peace, people.
Good day.
We'll see you on the pitch.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.